Become a Patreon of Jeva today and receive a ton of perks including Discord roles, early access content, private support channels, code snippets, and more. Join today at patreon.com/JevaJS. What is up, guys? My name is Zul from Jeva. Today we're going to be talking about vehicle modifications and upgrades for vehicles. We're going to be changing different properties for cars in the game. So I have the code that we're going to write in the description below. It's this GitHub. This is the resource that we're going to make, and let's get started. So let's create the resource. I'm first of all in my server folder here. I'm going to go to the resources folder and create a new folder and call it vehicle, and that's what the resource is going to be called. So I'm going to open this in VS. So to create a resource, now we have to, instead of it being resource.lua, we have to change it to fxmanifest.lua. That's what they changed it to. So if you're familiar with __ resource.luas, they changed that. So get used to this now. So now what we want to do is in here, let's declare an fx version, and this version will be called Bodacious. Okay. And then the game is GTA 5. That's another variable. Game is GTA 5, and then we're gonna make multiple scripts. So it'd be client scripts, and this will be an array table, and this is gonna have client.lua that we will make, and we're also going to be doing more with that. So let's create that client.lua just like that, and we're going to be working in there later, but first we need to set this up. So I have this zip right here that I downloaded. This folder has the data that we're going to use. This is just raw, or this is just like static data. I'm going to just drag that into there. This this is, if you want to look in here, this is just this same thing as this data folder in the GitHub repo. So if you want to follow along, you can copy. What this is pretty much just has all the values for, if you want different colors for things without like looking up their values. It kind of just says everything here. So it's just like a little dictionary here for you if you want. But yeah, so I'm just going to copy that in there, and now what I want to do is kind of allow all of these to be in the script. So I'm just going to do data, which is the folder, and then / all the Lua files. So the asterisk means all Lua files, or the asterisk, it means everything, and then we want everything ending with the .lua file. So it's going to count all of this as a client script, which is what we want. So now let's actually get started with writing the client script. So this will be called client.lua, and in here what we want to do is start off with register command. We're going to be creating a command called vehicle, so it'll be /vehicle, and in here we're going to use source and oops, no, this isn't a function, and it'll be source args, and then this function will end. So then now what we want to do is create we're going to be using the args, so let's create a kind of like a switch case statement. So but in Lua, so let's do local category is equal to args1. So the first parameter, or the first argument, will be stored in this variable category. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to do if I do /vehicle, I'm going to try to do like vehicle spawn and then the car. So we're gonna make this category first. So I'm gonna do if category is equal to spawn, which is category is the first argument. So spawn. Then we will spawn the car. So let's do that logic now. So if it's equal to spawn, then we want to get the car parameter, like I said here. I'm going to do local vehicle is equal to args2 because that's the second parameter, and let's apply a car paint to the car now. So I'm gonna do local car paint is equal to colors, and this variable right here, colors, it's in the data folder and under paints, so you can see that colors is this variable. So you can pick any of these that you want. For me, I'm gonna do the pure gold one because I like how that looks. So this is under the metal category for this, and then pure gold. So yeah, you can just write 158 if you want. That would work too. But this looks better, I guess, and it's more user friendly, than just having a bunch of numbers that you don't really know. So I'm gonna do metal, and then in here pure gold. Oops, pure gold. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and then that will be this pretty much just that will just resolve into 158. That's what that's gonna do. And then let's get the vehicle, or let's create the vehicle. So local vi is equal to spawn vi, short for vehicle, of course. And this has two parameters. The first parameter is the vehicle name that we have got from the second argument, and the next one is if you want it to be persistent. So I didn't even get to show you this function. This is in functions.lua. We didn't get to write this together, but we've used this command before. So spawn v, it's a car and persistent. If you want this, the second parameter, if it's persistent, if if you go away, usually a car that is not persistent will despawn. So if you want the car to despawn, then you write false. Or if you want it to stay and you go away, come back, it'll stay there. It won't respawn, or it won't despawn. You want that to be true. So I don't want my car to despawn ever, so I'm just gonna make it true. So now what we want to do is let's set the color. So set vehicle colors, and this is a native, and the first parameter is the vehicle that we just created. So this vehicle, it just spawns in a vehicle, but it also returns the vehicle, so we can use that as like a vehicle handler. So we can just do vit, and then we can do just car paint, and then car paint again. So this native right here has three parameters. The second parameter is the primary color, I'm pretty sure. Third parameter is the secondary color, so you can mess with that if you want, but that's how that native works. And I'm just gonna make it both pure gold because I don't really care. Hopefully it'll work anyways. Like it's fine. It can be the same. So let's also create a new category now. So I'm gonna do else if category is equal to customize. So in here we're going to customize the car. So and to be more specific, we're gonna just change some of the body parts of the car. So to do that, let's first get our vehicle. So local v is equal to, we're not gonna spawn in our car. We're gonna assume that the pet is already in a car. So to do that, we're just gonna get vehicle pet is in, get the player pet ID, and then it's false. So that's just gonna be the vehicle, and then we want to, so before we actually customize our car, we have to use this native called set vehicle mod kit and pass in that, and then it has to be 0. So this native has to be called. It has to be called before you modify your car. Nothing will happen if you do not call this native before you do any of that. So we need to call that before we actually apply our new mods. So let's actually do that now. So I'm gonna make a for statement, and I'm gonna loop it 10 times, and I'll show you why we're doing 10 specifically. So I'm gonna do 10 and then, 0 to 10, and increment by 1, and then and then end. So in here we're gonna loop through the first 10 mod types. So the first 10 mod types, my upgrades.lua is not in order. Actually, I don't have all the mod types, but the first 10 are pretty much just body upgrades. That's why this, we're calling this category customize. We're gonna loop through every single body upgrade, and the first 10 I've noticed are the body types. So we're gonna apply all body mods to this car. So that's why we're looping through 10. You can do a total of 50 if you want, which will loop through every single mod, whatever, like modification. There are 50 total, but the first 10 are just body features. So let's get what's it called? So let's actually get the best mod here. I'm gonna get the best mod. It's not, I call this variable best mod because it's just gonna get like the last mod available for a car. So I'm gonna do get number, or get num vehicle mods, and then this is a native, and the first parameter is the vehicle handler, of course, and then the mod type, which is this number that will be incrementing by 1 for every loop. And what this does is just, this will return the number of mods you can have for each mod type available for the car that you have. So pretty much I'm going to do that, but -1, because I've noticed that if you just subtract it by 1, you can really tell the different like body features applied. Like when I did without -1, you can tell, like I just have -1 because it's easier to tell that the mod worked, or the application worked. It will work anyways, but this is just like a lazy way to parse it if you want. So yeah, now let's also actually set the vehicle mod, and to do that we do vehicle mod, and then vehicle, that's the first parameter, mod type, that's the second parameter, and then best mod is the third parameter. Oh, there's also another one, false. I forgot which parameter this means. It probably doesn't mean anything, but the best mod. So the mod type is the mod, it's just the type of the mod. So let's say 1 or 0. The mod type 0 means spoilers. So if it's 0 and then it says get the number of, so let's say we're at the 0 iteration of this loop, it'll say 0, and then this get number vehicle mods will return probably like 4 or something, depending on the car, and that's the number of mods available. So the number of spoilers you can have for this car, it'll return the last number and then -1. So it'll, like, I don't know, it depends on the car, but I just said that just so you could visualize what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, now let's also do let's make another category. So do else if category is equal to extras. So cars have this thing called extras, and we can toggle all of them. So let's do that. I'm just gonna copy what I wrote up here because we're gonna be using that a lot, the local vehicle thing. So now what we want to do is we're going to iterate 20 times. So ID is equal to 0, 20, and then do what's it called? Yeah, and then let's iterate. So what I'm doing here actually is I'm iterating 20 times through all the vehicle extras. So there can be a total of 20. For, you know, every mod, but there's probably like 3 or 4 extras available for each car. So we're just gonna do if does extra exist, and then the first parameter is vehicle, and then the second parameter is ID, which is this variable right here, and then if it does exist, then we will actually set the vehicle extra, which is V, and then the first parameter is vehicle, the second one is the ID, and then this one is 0 or 1. 1 means turning it on, 0 means turning it off, getting rid of it, you know, that's what that means. So once we do /vehicle, let's say like we do /vehicle extras, then it's gonna loop 20 times. It'll see what kind of extras the car has. It'll turn every single extra on for the car, and you'll be able to see it visually once that is once that's done. And now what we want to do is let's create another category. So let's see, where did I end this? I think I ended it right here. So I'm gonna do that right here. Oops. Else if category is equal to, we're gonna make a repair command, or kind of like a repair thing. Then and then I already ended it, so it's fine. But so in this repair command, what we're gonna do is get this vehicle. Again, we're gonna get the vehicle the pet is in, and we're gonna repair the car. So this one's pretty easy. You just do set vehicle fixed, and then the second parameter. Oh no, there's only one parameter. My bad. But now we also have to set vehicle engine health to vehicle, and then 1000.0, because this is a float. You need to have that decimal in there, or I'm pretty sure it will not work, because I think this second parameter for the set vehicle, vehicle engine health requires it to be a float type, and that is the float type. So that would just fix it. This command is just gonna fix it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's also do let's make a little thing for opening our doors. So category is equal to doors, and then we will so this command is just gonna basically toggle our doors. So I'm gonna get our vehicle again, and local open. This will be a boolean, and what this is gonna do is get vehicle door angle ratio, and then this is the vehicle, and then it's 0. So this is what this is gonna do is this is gonna get the door angle ratio. This is just gonna, this logic right here is less than 0.1. Okay, so this logic is gonna be a boolean. If it's open, then it'll be true. If it's closed, then it'll be false. Just like that. That's what that logic is. And then if it's open, then we will loop through every single door and open it. Or if it's open, then we will loop through every single door. So let's do that. For I is equal to what is it? 7, and then increment by 1, and then do. Then we will set vehicle door open, and vehicle I false and false. So what this is gonna do is just open the door if it's open. That I just realized that really doesn't make sense. I guess that was just an error on my part. So you could change this to closed. I'm just gonna keep this open for consistency. But yeah, my bad for that. But if it's open, but if it isn't open, then we will have an else statement here, and we will do set vehicle doors shut. Oops, that's not what I meant to say. And then vehicle is the first parameter, and then the second one is false. So if it's, let's just say this is not open, I'll just change it real here. So I could just say closed. So if doors are closed, then we will open them. If they are not, then we will close them. So just like that. Does that I think that makes sense. So that's pretty much it for that part. Now we're gonna get into the fun stuff, which is actually upgrading. So let's do that right now. So else if category is equal to, okay, sorry about that. So if category is equal to we're doing upgrade. If category is equal to upgrade, then we will we're gonna do a bunch of stuff in here. So let's get the local. Oops, I didn't mean to copy that. And we're gonna get the vehicle. The pet is in right now, and what we're gonna want to do now is let's set the color. Let's change the color to red. Something really noticeable. So I'm gonna do local color is equal to colors, which is a variable from the paints.lua right here. Yeah, so we're gonna get what are we doing? We're gonna do red. So we're gonna do colors dot matte, and then in here is red. I spelled that wrong. So matte me get red. There we go. So colors.mat, you can see in here matte, and then we're getting red right here, which is just 39. You could just, technically speaking, you could just do that, but I'm gonna make this look more sense, make it look, you know, just better, in my opinion, easier to understand what the 39 means. So now what we want to do is let's give it some specific upgrades. So I'm gonna create a table here, local our selection is equal to the table here. So we're gonna set armor just like that is equal to, we're gonna give armor upgrade 100%. So we're gonna give ourselves 100% armor for the car. Oops, what did I just do? Okay, comma, and then let's give ourselves the best engine upgrade too. So engine is equal to EMS upgrade level 4. So these are specific values. We're gonna be looping this through, so it'll be like parallel. If you go into upgrades.lua, and you could see we're gonna do like engine upgrade, you can see we're gonna get level 4 right here. So I'm just making sure it's the same you know, wording and whatnot. And so that's that. We're gonna give ourselves transmission, I probably spelled that wrong. Okay, transmission is equal to race transmission. And then what we're gonna do is, let me get rid of that. And we're also gonna give ourselves the best suspension. It's actually, hold on, I'll just. Okay, I thought I'm spelling this all wrong, but I'm not. So I'm also gonna give us a new horn. So horns is equal to sad trombone, okay, horn, just like that. And you can see, actually, if I copy this and go into upgrades, I can find it right here. So we're giving ourselves horn. The horn that we're gonna want is sad trombone, so I'm just gonna copy that word for word. And I'm also gonna give us some what are we gonna get? We're gonna give us some brakes. Brakes is equal to race brakes. Man, I'm really good at this. Okay, race brakes, and then we're also gonna give ourselves some xenon lights. So to do that, we're just gonna do lights is equal to xenon lights. And then we're gonna give ourselves turbo too. Turbo. And then turbo is equal to turbo tuning. So the way I'm structuring this is, let's say we want, you know, we're gonna want these lights, and we go into upgrades. You can see that lights right here. This is the category, and I'm making that string equal to that. And then we're gonna loop through the types part of that, and we're gonna get the xenon lights, and the index is equal to true. This value is gonna be the value that we set, and you'll see how when we iterate through this how this works. So let me just see if I made any mistakes spelling. I'm just gonna copy that. Oops, let me just copy that again. I just fixed the formatting. Okay, did I mess up anything? No, I'm good. Okay, so we're fine. So now what we want to do is, actually, we're just going to iterate through these, we're just going to iterate through them now, our selection with our selection and upgrades.lua. So to do that, we're going to do, so before we actually do anything, remember we need to do set vehicle mod kit, and then vehicles, then 0. You have to do this before you apply any mods. And then, so let's now loop through the let's loop through this table right here. So to do that, we're gonna get the key and the value. So for k comma v, in the pairs of our selection, and then do okay. So now what we want to do is, sorry, I'm back now, by the way. So now what we want to do is we're gonna iterate or loop through this our selection, and while we're gonna do that, we're gonna create a local mod type is equal to upgrades of k dot type, and you can see mod type is gonna be used in this upgrades.lua. You can see it right here, upgrades of the category k dot type, and dot type is the mod type, which is the number. Like I said before, the first 10 types are like body features, so this is the type. So now I want to get the local mod itself is equal to upgrades of k dot types of v dot index, and I'll go back and show you. So let's say we're getting armor, we're gonna get dot types of the value, which is, let's say we had the armor upgrade of 10 dot index, which is gonna return 4. So that's what that means. That's what the mod's gonna be, and that's what we need to do. And now what I'm gonna want to do is, usually you would do where is it, set vehicle mod, but since we're using some toggle vehicle mod too, in functions.lua, that's not it, functions.lua, I created a function that will apply the vehicle mod. So if the mod type is boolean, so like I know turbo tuning has boolean, you can't set booleans in the set vehicle mod native, so you need to use another native called toggle vehicle mod. So if it's, this is what this functions is going to do, and we're going to be using this function instead. Link in the description for all this stuff. So we're going to be using this because if the type of the mod is boolean, then we have to use this native. So let's do that now. I'm going to do apply vehicle mod, and then we're going to be using v. So remember, this is not a native, this is a custom function that is using natives. So yeah, so the first parameter is vehicle, the second one is mod type, and then the third one is just mod, just like that. And then outside of here, let's give ourselves the color that we just talked about up there. Set vehicle colors v. That's the first parameter, and then the second parameter, third parameter are primary and secondary colors. I don't really want a secondary color, don't care. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So remember, color variable is matte red. We're just gonna make it matte red. That's what the car is gonna be. And then let's give ourselves some headlights. So remember, lights uses the toggle vehicle mod instead of set vehicle mod. So toggle vehicle mod is v, and then the second parameter is upgrades of lights dot type. That's the, remember, type is the, what's called the mod type that is using that index. So that's the second parameter, which is mod type for toggle vehicle mod, and the third parameter is the mod itself. So that is a different index. So we're going to be using what's it called? We're going to be talking about that like after we set that. So we need to do that. So set it to true because we're giving ourselves the lights. I'll show you. Lights is just true. We need to set that to true, and then once we do that, once we equip the xenon lights, then we will do set vehicle xenon lights color. That's a native, and first thing is vehicle, the second one is upgrades. This will be the color that we want, so I have these colors predefined in this upgrades .lua. So lights dot xenon head, where did I have it? xenon headlight colors of red dot index. What that is lights dot xenon headlight colors, and we're going to give ourselves the red headlight color. So that's how you do that. I spelled that wrong, by the way. I said colors. I don't even know, but make sure you spell that right. So headlight colors, just like that, and that will give us the funny looking colors for that. So that's pretty much it for this script. I'm gonna go into the video now and run this, show you how this works. Okay, so I'm in my server now, and let's go ahead and spawn in the vehicle. So I'm gonna do /vehicle spawn. Let's get the Fudo, because that is a highly customizable car. So we got the Fudo here, and let's give it the first 10 upgrades. So customize. Let's do /vehicle customize, and you can see that we got a spoiler, we got some new fender upgrades, we got carbon hood or something like that, and you could see that exhaust has changed, and yeah, so I think the speed is going to be the same now, but let's do /vehicle extras. Let's see if there are any extras. I know this car doesn't, but I know a car that does have extras, the spawn tender, there we go. This won't actually work. Let me try again. There we go. If you do extras, it'll get rid of that extra. I guess that's like inverse, but let's go back into this Fudo here, and let's do /vehicle repair. So I'll get it scuffed up a bit, and let me crash it right here. You can see it crashed. I'm gonna do /vehicle repair, just like, you know, brand new. I'm gonna do, what else is there? There's doors, /vehicle doors. This should open every single door of our car. Let's just close it back up, and let's do /vehicle upgrade now. Upgrade, and this should make it matte red. The headlights, I don't know why the headlights are not that color, but you can see that, you know, it's a lot faster now. And hold on, let me check why this isn't working. Okay, so it seems to me that I've made a mistake here. This is supposed to be capital red. Make sure it's case sensitive when you're doing this stuff. So I did lowercase red, so now that it's uppercase red, it should give me it. Let me restart the script now. Restart vehicle, just like that. And I'm gonna do vehicle upgrade, and now we have the red headlights. That looks really that looks bad, but I mean, you know, this is for demonstration. You can see that we have all the upgrades now for this car, and we've given it initially, you saw how it spawned in golden car with pure gold, and now we have given it these other properties, and that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for being patient on me. It's been a while since I've uploaded last time, and thank you for Patreons also for supporting my content, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll be making more videos. There's a lot more vehicle stuff to cover, and I plan on covering that stuff too, so I hope you guys enjoy the video, and thanks for watching.